Hello, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. Tonight we are featuring a work in progress by Erin Fitzgerald, a new musical called InQuest.
We at Derby City Playwrights are so excited to have you here. This is, as you said, a work in development, and this is a part of the process that is just so instrumental. We get the play up and you can see it and respond, and we're doing 7 more of these, so you should join us for all of them.
And consider making a donation to Derby City Playwrights. We are committed to development of new plays by Louisville playwrights. This is certainly not how we envisioned our 2020 Summer Festival to look, but in this time of uncertainty, we thought it was the best way to present these plays. There will be a link below for GoFundMe if you do or are able to and would like to donate and help support our organization. We would certainly appreciate it.
And now enjoy Erin Fitzgerald's InQuest.
InQuest, a musical by Erin Fitzgerald. This play follows the story of Jay, a woman who lands in a psychiatric hospital during a mental health crisis, and her slow re-entry to life routines after returning home. The play explores themes of mental health, crisis, institutionalization, support, identity, and recovery. While it does include some elements that challenge the mental health system, the focus of the play is not about criticism or call-outs. Rather, it is about gaining perspective on mental health issues and what effective support might look like for a person in crisis. This play is still a work in progress. For this reading festival, only the songs will be presented. There will probably be 9 songs total in the play, of which 7 are currently drafted. The hope is that this presentation of songs, without any other portions of script included, will give a general outline of the story. In between each song, some context will be given about how the scenes and action on stage will connect to the musical numbers. For this presentation, there's also a visual art element. Several of the songs will include artwork from another related project by the playwright. 2 of those songs include artwork created solely for the purpose of this reading to illustrate the action and vibes of each of those musical numbers. Note, if this play is ever completed and produced, some of this artwork may be used as projections to embellish and highlight themes of the play. The prominence of the images in this presentation are specific to this reading festival and would not be so prominent in the stage play version, since actors would be doing that work. Another important thing to note, many of the experiences of Jay, the main character, are based on experiences of the playwright. However, the story is highly fictionalized. No other characters or depictions in the story are meant to represent actual people from real life. So if anyone watching is wondering if they will see themselves depicted here, the answer is no. Sorry to disappoint you. Okay, let's get started. Song 1 is Bees Are Buzzin', Hey What's Up. The play starts out with a sort of medley of overlapping of 2 songs and 2 scenarios. These are happening simultaneously, but not in shared space. The song starts with a verse of Bees Are Buzzin', and only Jay is highlighted on stage. She's moving around in a sort of mania, showing whatever emotions the lyrics describe very vividly. She's in her own bubble during this first scene, and it should be clear that whatever the song and action switch from Jay to everyone else, that neither is in the same space. The Hey What's Up verses depict multi-person communication via phone, messages, and other interactions of people peripheral to Jay. This part should show genuine concern from all involved, but should also demonstrate the awkward, semi-gossipy, third-hand nature of the interactions. Each of them, Jay and the group, will either freeze in place or otherwise disengage temporarily when the song switches from one scenario to the other.
The bees are buzzing in my head today. I'm moving, shaking, forward all the way. There's so much big stuff in the air. Ideas are flying everywhere. It's like a carnival, I swear. It's kind of weird, but I don't care. The bees are buzzing in my life today. Swarm what's up? How you been? How's it going? Hey, it seems like forever, yes it does. I just called just to see what you've been up to. I just called you, you just called me just because. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? How you doing? I've been staying pretty busy, by the way. Have you seen well, I mean, I was just wondering. You were just wondering if you've lately talked with Jay. Yes, I have. Why do you ask? What did you notice? Anything? What kind of thing? Well, did she seem a little off? A little off? What do you mean? Oh, not a thing. I didn't mean. Oh, no, of course not. Wouldn't dare, I swear I scoff. The bees are buzzing in my head today. What's going on now? I really cannot say. Just that my friends and family are giving me the third degree, and they are all looking at me as though they don't know who they see. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's new? Have you heard from Jay? Have you noticed, did she seem a little odd? Not quite herself, a little off, a little unpredictable. What does it mean? Is she okay? What should we? Oh my God, what do we do? I'm asking you, I wish I knew. Well, I do too. Is there a hotline? Yes, a number we can call. Who should we ask? What should we say? When do we act? I say today. That's awfully soon. That's here and now. So are we all. Hey, what's up? Hey, can I ask you a favor? See, I've got this situation on my hands. It's about this person. I don't think you know her, but I was hoping you might help me understand. Hey, what's up? What's the update? What's the latest? Do we have a game plan yet? I think we do. I'll see you there. Keep me informed. Keep us updated. Appreciated. Yes, of course, we'll be in touch with you. Hey, what's up? What's the update? What's the latest? Do we have a game plan yet? I think we do. I'll see you there. Keep me informed. Keep us updated. Appreciated. Yes, of course, we'll be in touch with you.
Song 2, That Kind of Day. Action during song. Friends, family have just confronted Jay, and she's responding to their concerns as noted in the song notes. They nudge her into a car, then drive her to the hospital where she is admitted.
Have you never had that kind of day where everything is technicolor, swirling crystal clear, lose your breath at every turn, friends and family get concerned? Tell me, have you never ever had that kind of day? little things are monumental, big things hold your hand, and every step you take could just cause your heart to break. Tell me, have you never, ever had that kind of day? How does it feel to live inside the lines? Hands on the wheel, just driving all the time. Feet on the ground, eyes always on the prize. What can you see with no stars in your eyes? How does it feel to live inside the lines? Hands on the wheel, just driving all the time. Feet on the ground, eyes always on the prize. What can you see with no stars in your eyes? Have you never had that kind of day where everything is technicolor, swirling crystal clear? Lose your breath at every turn, friends and family get concerned. Tell me, have you never, ever had that kind of day?
By the end of the song, Jay is lying on the hospital bed, defeated, singing last line out to the audience. Lights dim to low. A beat. A staff person enters down left. They walk slowly and methodically across the stage with a flashlight, as if doing a bed check, shining it first towards up left, then center stage. Jay shields her eyes when the light hits her, then upright. Staff then exits upright, lights fade out. End of scene. Song 3, Bees Are Buzzin', Part 2. These verses occur after Jay's hospital admission and are meant to show more of a glimpse into her mental state during this time. The energy here will show confusion, fear, and altered state of mind. Action in the scene will be happening around Jay, as denoted in the lyrics, but the focus will stay on her perspective of what is going on.
The bees are buzzing in my head today. What's going on now? How did things go this way? The world is swirling suddenly and everyone is tricking me, and people from my history are showing up on this TV. The bees are buzzing in my head today. Major confusion, full throttle all the way. They try to give me medicine. When I refuse, they try again and again and again and again and again, and then say they're just vitamins. The bees are buzzing in my head today, swirling and twirling, flying every which way. It's like some acid trip affair, and I was really not prepared for all this motion in the air, and now I'm crashing, now I'm scared. The bees are buzzing in my heart today. I march along now in some strange robotic haze. I guess I fell too far this time, so I give up now, I resign. So I'll just count and march in line until I get another sign.
Song 4, Nothing But the Ground. Jay paces the halls and sings this song once she has realized the reality and gravity of her current situation. Other patients pace and stomp the rhythm along with her, but no one interacts with each other. A synchronized, choreographed dirge of sorts. This song is meant to show a mix of high emotion and its systematic suppression due to meds and setting protocol.
Ain't nothing wrong, nothing but a thing. Ain't nothing but a song when the day is long. Make me wanna sing. Ain't nothing like the sound of the smack of falling down. Ain't nothing but the ground always got my back when trouble comes around. Ain't nothing for the sky to up and fall out of the blue. Ain't nothing for my eye to get all caught up on you. Ain't nothing but the birds. Ain't nothing but the bees. Ain't nothing but the truth when you get caught down on your knees. Ain't nothing wrong, nothing but a thing. Ain't nothing but a song when the day is long. Make me wanna sing. Ain't nothing like the sound of the smack of falling down. Ain't nothing but the ground always got my back when trouble comes around. Ain't nothing for the wind, whip right in and steal away your friends. Ain't nothing for the sun, make it look all fun, bring 'em back again. Ain't nothing but a rope, look like a ray of hope when you're sinking in the sand. Ain't nothing but a noose cut loose, put the slack back in your hand. Ain't nothing wrong, nothing but a thing. Ain't nothing but a song when the day is long. Make me wanna sing. Ain't nothing like the sound of the smack of falling down. Ain't nothing but the ground always got my back when trouble comes around.
Song 5, The Other Side of Bars. This song happens after a few quick scenes showing hospital dynamics and Jay's progression over her first few days there. The scene leading up to this song shows Jay in an art therapy session painting something that clearly depicts music. The art therapist makes a comment about her picture and asks if she can borrow it to show a colleague, for the first time acknowledging something significant or personal about Jay. At the end of the session, as other patients file out of the room, Jane asks if there is any way to listen to music in the hospital. This results in her getting the rare privilege of staying an extra few minutes with access to a radio before leaving the art room. The music jolts her back into her skin. Afterwards, while walking back into her room, Jay notices the sunset coming in through a window in a room she has never been in and asks staff if she can go in there. She is told that no one would choose to go into that room, as it is the crisis holding room. Jay asks permission to go in there to watch the sunset, and though this gets a strange reaction from the staff, they allow her to go in there for a short time. Jay sings this song alone in the crisis room while watching the sun set. She stands looking out the barred window, watching the sky, and pondering life back on the other side. The art therapist listens from around the corner, unbeknownst to Jay, while looking at the picture she just made and holding her heart.
Uncertain angel, amber wings of grain, on the other side of bars, from the underside of sane. Pull me out and out, make me feel the cold, coming through that speaker like a tale too often told. Like an old wink and nod, amnesty from harm, from nobody special, like a punch right to the arm. Uncertain angel, make me feel the cold, pull me out and down, watch the night unfold. Take your amber wings, soar up in the wind, on the other side of bars, when I rest my head again. Oh, uncertain angel, won't you soar up in the wind, on the other side of bars, when I rest my head again. On the other side of bars, when I rest my head again.
Song 6, Therapist of My Dreams. This song happens in the context of a dream sequence from the first night Jay spends alone after returning home from the hospital. The scene starts with Jay referencing the dream, setting up the song, directly to the audience in a short monologue wherein she describes having met someone while sleeping. But then qualifying to the audience, no, not like that, making it clear this is not a romantic interest. The monologue and the song are both meant to add comic relief. The presentation and choreography should lean toward absurd and comical while still keeping the more serious message of the song intact.
She never asked me to start from the beginning, or talked about my triggers till I cried. She never lectured me about my bad behavior. Instead, she focused on the way I felt inside. She was an angel in business casual clothing. She never spoke to me in circles or extremes. Promoted self-acceptance and never self-loathing. She was the therapist of my dreams. Oppositional or defiant, but rather asked me to explain my point of view. She never once uttered the word non-compliant. Instead said, don't let anyone tell you how to be or what to do. She was an angel in business casual clothing. She never spoke to me in circles or extremes. probably guess, in the middle of this dream I realized that if I was only dreaming, then I was still asleep. And when I woke, we'd have to say goodbye. Goodbye, my angel in business casual clothing, who never spoke to me in circles or in streams, promoted self-acceptance and never self-loathing. Maybe we'll meet again, if only in my dreams.
The playwright would like to give a shout out to Maureen for the whistle sample used in that song. Thanks, Mo. The end of the song corresponds with an alarm clock sound showing Jay wake up to the disappointment that this was just a dream. She is waking up in her bed for the first time since she left for the hospital. In the following scene, she gets up and ready for her first day in the IOP, Intensive Outpatient Program, a month-long transition she was referred to when discharged from the hospital. While getting ready, she expresses to herself and the audience some degree of dread and uncertainty about the program while she spent her days over the next 4 weeks, only coming back home in the evenings to sleep. She laments that the therapist in her dream is not real and expresses skepticism about what she will actually face in the days and weeks ahead. The 2 short scenes leading up to the next song will take place at the outpatient program setting, which is a group therapy scenario. The same actors who played other patients in the hospital will also play the patients in this setting, though they will not be the same characters. The setting will start out intense and serious, but will lighten up once everyone is divided in groups and the therapist enters. The group therapist will add comic relief as a big funny presence in an otherwise gray situation. She will also have qualities that are strikingly similar to the therapist in Jay's dream, which will add elements of both comedy and hope to this part of the play. Song 7, Truckload of Bricks. This song happens during a group therapy session when Jay is asked to talk about the challenges of returning to typical routines. She hesitates to share, but ultimately she does. She admits that the coping mechanisms she has relied on in the past are not the best choices, but also admits to still having the urge to seek them out. The therapist encourages her to let her feelings flow and not worry about saying the right thing or expressing the right way. Begrudgingly, and with the support of the group, Jay is vulnerable and expresses how she is really feeling in the moment. Action choreography of the number may be acted out artistically or symbolically with other actors, or may stay in that group room setting, as determined by the director. The important part is that it shows her struggling and genuinely searching for something, anything, to help her trudge on through this difficult transition. It should also show that the people in the room are holding space for her and not judging or expecting her to have the answers.
I got a truckload of bricks sitting on my collar. Got a truckload of bricks just sitting on my collar. Got a truckload of bricks sitting on my collar. Can't catch a break, a deal or a dollar. Come on, baby, won't you help me take a look? Help keep me safe from harm. Come on, baby, won't you help me take a load off? Help me with your loving arms. I got a whole lot of rocks way my pockets. Got a whole lot of rocks just weighing down my pockets. Got a whole lot of rocks weighing down my pockets. My heart is in jail, won't you help me unlock it? Come on, baby, won't you do a gal a favor? Tell me it'll be alright now. Come on, baby, won't you do a gal a favor? Help me make it through the night. Sand underneath my feet now. Quick pile of sand right underneath my feet. I got a quick pile of sand underneath my feet now. Won't you help me out? 'Cause I'm sinking down, down. Come on, baby, won't you throw me a rope? I swear I'll only use it to survive. Truckload of bricks sitting on my collar. Got a truckload of bricks just sitting on my collar. Got a truckload of bricks sitting on my collar. Can't catch a break, a deal or a dollar. Come on, baby, won't you help me take a load off? Help keep me safe from harm. Come on, baby, won't you help me take a load off? Help me with your loving arms. Tell me it'll be alright, and help me make it through the night.
There will likely be at least 2 to 3 more songs, but these are not yet finished. Their purpose will be tied in with the takeaways of the play, especially the point that a person should always remain at the wheel of their own ship and not driven or guided by what others think is right or good for them. I hope to get the rest of the songs drafted after getting feedback on how the current batch of songs comes across so far. Song 8 will be sung by the therapist and will be a direct message to people in the group that they, and no one else, should always be at the center of their own lives and their own recovery. This theme will occur again during the final song, which will be sung by Jay, but will either be a reprise version of the same song or else a song with some crossover in wording. These last 2 to 3 songs will end the play on a high note, showing Jay taking charge of her own situation and reiterating the primary takeaways. There may be a group number at the end sung by everyone in the show, but contrasting the tone of the first song, Hey, What's Up, by including the main character. This number would show a thoughtful, shared reality rather than 2 separate realities happening simultaneously. End of show. Okay, Erin, so now that folks have gotten a chance to hear a lot of the songs from the play and hear the basic narrative of the piece, what are some specific things that you would like feedback on or you would like to hear people's thoughts about?
Okay, well, thank you. First of all, thank you for all the intro and segue stuff you did during that. I really appreciate it. And just for this season, it's been great working on this play. For anyone that may not know about this, the Derby City Playwrights generally, this is a little aside of why this project is so different. Derby City Playwrights generally requires a first full draft to be submitted at the beginning of the season, and there were kind of complicated reasons why this ended up being a project that didn't have a full draft at the beginning of it. I won't go into that, but it was just kind of an unusual circumstance. And so the project that I brought, I really wanted it to be an actual musical rather than a play with music in it. And when I attempted that once before, which was also a Derby City Playwrights project, I wrote too much at the beginning that made it not really work as a musical anymore. And so the reason that I did it this way is that I really want to make sure that the general story is told within the songs, which is supposed to be what happens with a musical. So in terms of feedback, just presenting the songs only right now is helpful to me to get feedback from people to say, how much do you feel like you're able to follow the story just with the little bits of information that you have without actually seeing any dialogue or any script other than just the songs. And any thoughts about what the story is or what it is lacking would be helpful to me. How well do the songs tell the story? I also realized that the last few songs are not finished, are not included in this because they're not finished. So in the case of that, any input about what you feel like since we're kind of cut off after this certain point here, what is it that you feel needs to be conveyed for this to be a full story? Anything like that would be really helpful. And if there's any parts that are confusing, or you're like, I really want to understand this more or that more, I'm open to any of that kind of communication.
That's great. This is a really important part of our process that we don't get to do because of the way the world is, but we're here because we want to develop new plays and then have you be able to take them out in the world. So to be able to get some feedback from audience members who watch this is really sort of the last piece of our season for the playwrights. So please don't be afraid to reach out. We will have ways that you can offer feedback to us and let Erin know what you thought about her play, her musical.